Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Physician Healer. I'm Dr. Celeste Amaya, and thank you for joining me. I hope your week was fantastic. Just wanted to, before we deep dive into another session of Meridian Meditation today, I want to go ahead and just share with you a story of a really lovely young lady who is currently trying to do her best to heal herself from an autoimmune disease. She is currently seeing a cardiologist for the heart, a lung specialist, a kidney specialist, and a rheumatologist for her autoimmune disorder. And as much as she knows that they're all doing the best that they can, giving her really the most up-to-date and current medications as much as she can tolerate, she couldn't help but remain frustrated as to her inability to heal or to cure herself. And I've always remained, and I still do, optimistic about everyone's prospects, about everyone's ability to heal, because I've really, in all these years, I've seen some things that I can't really explain. So I've often felt that the truth is, what is possible for 1, 2, 3 people, that means it's possible for all of us. And at least it's worth giving it a try, whatever it is. And many of these things, were never taught in school. These are a lot of the modalities that deal with Eastern healing or holistic or alternative. I personally was never trained in any of these methods. It was all self-taught and self-learned for me because I was always an avid and still am an avid learner. I'm always interested in how to make people feel better and how to find their authenticity, who they really are and who they can really become, to really unravel and reveal everyone's potential. And I always believe that however people are, their current reality does not define them. And I really encourage all my clients and patients to remember that we are spiritual, we are spirit, we are energy first. We have powers, and even if the person doesn't believe it, there's no harm to go and take that extra step. If there's any chance of getting better, if there's any chance of getting over that hump, remember, on the other side of chaos, on the other side of pain, on the other side of this huge, jagged rock mountain, there's magic. And you have to believe in that if there's any chance of getting better, feeling better, and being able to thrive again. And I hear all the time, especially this week also, gosh, I wish I was the way I was, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or gosh, I don't even remember one day that I felt really, really well. It seemed like such a long time ago. It seems eons ago. And what I remember to tell them is, look, however you're feeling right now, remember, and I keep stressing this over and over again, however you're feeling right now, it isn't the end-all be-all, but if you believe that it is, then you might as well not try. But it's really very simple. And my question is always, do you want to get better or do you not? Do you want to stay the same? Do you want to remain in your familiar comfort zone? And in these cases, with certain disorders, the comfort zone isn't comfortable at all. It's actually quite painful and inconvenient. And so I encourage everyone to sometimes take a leap into the most illogical, sometimes what is seemingly the most stupid, the most silly thing that I ask them to do. And I tell them, I do them myself. I'm human too. And whatever I learn, I'm always interested in sharing it with everyone, because again, what works for me, then it's possible that other people are going to derive benefit from that as well. So, and if not, that's okay too. So remember that whatever and however you're feeling now, whatever your problems are, it could be health issues, it could be sadness, depression, I'm trying to be happy, I'm trying to get a relationship, I'm trying to get more money, whatever it is, it's the same laws hold true. Whatever is going on right now, this It's like a tree that was planted years ago or weeks ago or months ago. This tree is already fully grown. You can trim it, you can paint it, whatever you want to do with the tree, pluck all the leaves off of the tree. It's still going to be the same tree. What you need to do for tomorrow, for next week, for next month, for 10 years from now is to plant a new seed and grow a new tree. And for the most part, this week, people have understood at least what I meant by that. You can't change the current situation. You can't really alter it. You can't complain and make it go away. Complaining never makes anything go away, as most of you know by now. So what you need to do is have a new goal, a new image, a new picture of yourself. And that is analogous to planting a seed to grow a new tree. And that's really the key to basically, as Dr. Dispenza sometimes says, you forget about the old model and you focus your time and energy on the new model. And that's how you eventually get better. You then identify yourself with the new model and you say, I'm no longer that. I don't even know who that is. The one with the pain, the one with the weakness, the one with so much fatigue and headaches and brain fog, whatever you have, whatever you had. You want to move to the new image. So I've told people, make sure you do your gratitudes every day. Your mind cannot accommodate a positive and a negative. It can only pick one. And even I know if I kind of go into a lull, my mind automatically goes negative. I start to think about things in the past, and then I start to worry about the future. And as soon as I actually feel that coming on, I begin to just tell myself, I'm super happy today because, or I'm really, really super grateful today because, and I just list as many things as I can, remember, as I can notice. And pretty soon you'll start feeling better because gratitude is really magical. If you have a lot of positives that are going into the mind, there is no room to accommodate the negatives. And so remember the gratitudes. Remember, as soon as you get up in the morning, don't check your phone, don't turn on the news. There's nothing really good going on in the news, and it's not like you can do anything about that. So, and don't check emails or anything. First thing you do as soon as you get up is you go and you write in your journal, 8 to 10 or more, things you're grateful for, things you're really happy about, things you're so psyched about. And then go in front of the mirror and then say your intentional statements. Everything, and I've gone over some of this in the last YouTube video, but in brief, what you want to do is figure out how you really want to feel, how you really want to be. If you want to be stronger, if you want to have more freedom, you want to be more flexible, you want to be more healthy and strong, make sure you try to picture yourself sometime in the future feeling like 110%, bring that into the present time. And what happens is that because the body is a faithful servant of the mind, the body plays catch up. As long as the mind says to the body, hey, we're well already. We've been actually well for the last 1, 2, 3 years. It doesn't matter what you say because the body has no idea whether or not you're telling the truth or if it's imaginary. And that is, that's how we navigate between the mind and the body. So I will give you another example. Let's say you're feeling, very weak and very tired. So that's the current reality. So then the second thing would be the second sentence would be the opposite. I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling vibrant, let's say. And then you turn that into an intentional question statement, which is, how is it that I'm feeling so strong and so flexible in the last 2 years that I didn't even notice before? And again, that's because that's the way the mind works. The mind will not contradict. The core of that sentence is that you've been better and you've been 110% for the last 2 years or however many years you put down. What it's trying to answer instead is, why is it that you didn't notice it until now? And it's a totally different question that you're asking the mind to answer, but it doesn't negate the fact that your body is well. A lot of people say to me, how am I supposed to say these things when I know it's not true? Like, I'm feeling really crappy I said, it's just something, it's mind over matter. We've all heard that statement before. It's mind over body, mind over matter, mind over sickness, however you want to call it. But your mind has to take the lead. What's happening right now, if you guys aren't feeling good for whatever reason, is that you're allowing the body to tell you how you feel. You're allowing the body to tell the mind how things are. You have to take the control back so the mind can turn it around. And what you have to do is you start inputting the things that you want to see happen to you. And then as the weeks go on, as the months go on, trust me, the body will turn around and begin to play catch up. And again, I always say, when people say, well, what if it doesn't happen? Again, if this worked for one person, and I've actually had a lot of people say that this has been phenomenal, then it's going to work for you unless you're not following the directions exactly or you're giving up. Remember, you have to have some persistence. You have to be very disciplined. You have to know that repetition is key, and you have to be very consistent. You also have to overcome the feeling that this is kind of silly, illogical, or even, stupid. And I totally understand, but sometimes it is those things that we're not used to dealing with, that we've never learned. Those are the things that actually work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and have you find a place that's comfortable and go ahead and prop yourself up. Try not to lie down, but if you're really tired and you want to lie down, that's okay too. Just hit replay when you're feeling more energetic. When you're able to actually listen to this and keep awake, then you could always replay it and do it again, or as many times as you want to. So for now, let me just invite you to find a comfortable place, quiet, to sit up, and then go ahead and close your eyes. And if you have to have a little bit more information, if you're new to this channel and you want to know where all the points are, please check out my Substack blog. It's on substack.com, substack.com. I write a weekly newsletter blog with some tutorials, some relaxation techniques on there for you to follow. And also other YouTube channel sessions that I've done. Please check them out. There's a lot of information I hope you find meaningful. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and have you close your eyes. And as you close your eyes gently, I'm going to have you take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and just track that breath all the way down to the belly and try to take like 5 to 7 seconds to breathe in. If you can't breathe in that slowly with the nose, go ahead and breathe in through the mouth and just kind of purse the lips, semi-close the lips to slow the airflow in. Okay, so breathe in and let it out. Good. Inhale again and let it out. Good. Now go ahead and breathe very quietly. Breathe very gently. And I'll go ahead and have you just access the chest point at this point, and let's go ahead and get started. I am light. I am peace. I am love, and I am joy. I am grateful for everything and nothing at all. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my heartbeat. I'm grateful for everything that has happened to allow me to be the person that I am today. I'm grateful for all that is bad and all that is good, for everything that I've labeled pleasant and unpleasant. I freely release all heaviness and all burdens in this moment of the now. I freely release all my burdens and heaviness in this present moment and allow new things to flow to me, through me, and around me. I ask my mind, body, and spirit to come together today and make a connection. It is through this connection that I'm always reminded that I'm never alone. My connection is what sets me free. My connection is not only to myself and to everything about me. My connection is to things much more vast than I can ever imagine. I'm connected to things that I know and things that I have yet to know. But whatever it is, I am connected to everything and everyone all around me. There's a oneness for all of us. Allow that to be so and to remain so, and it is true. Go ahead and change the meridian point to the brow and gently tap here. I allow my heart space to expand and feel the warmth of that flow through my body, around my body. I allow my body to rise, and I allow my body to flow with ease, without effort. I release all that is heavy. I release all that is burdensome. I release the things that no longer serve my mind, body, or spirit. Change the meridian point to the corner of the eye. As I allow my mind, body, and spirit to come together today in this present moment, I am made to remember once again that I am never alone, that I'm always guided and taken care of. It is said that there are no extra humans on this earth, that every one of us is unique, every one of us has a gift, a purpose, and that we are all necessary. Go ahead and change the meridian point to under the eye and begin gently tapping here. As I breathe into the space of the present time, I release the things that no longer serve me. I release them freely. I allow my mind to wander freely and to remember that none of the thoughts are about me. None of the thoughts belong to me. They are things that are getting ready to leave. They are things that want to be released. I release you. Go ahead and change the meridian point to under the nose and gently tap here. As my mind, body, and spirit come together today, I release the things that are heavy. I release all sickness, all disease, all weakness. I release all tensions and pressures through my body from head to toe. I release and allow my body to be in this moment, for there is no past or future. Change the meridian point to under the lower lip at the dip and gently tap here. And as there is no past and no future, the future hasn't moved yet, and the past has already moved and is no longer moving. There is just this present moment, and in this present moment I am fully aware that all things are possible. And whatever actions I take, whatever choices I make, whatever I decide in the now will change the future course of who I become, how I feel, and what happens to me. I have powers to change the picture of who I am for tomorrow by what I change in my mind today. Go ahead and change the meridian point back into the chest and gently tap here. As I breathe gently into the space, into this present time, I'm aware of the space. I hold the space and then release myself into the space. I release all channels, all meridians, all the blockages, and all the obstacles, and to allow the energy to flow freely through me. I invite all that heals. I invite all the alignment and the unification that is available for me. I ask my mind, body, and spirit to heal, to restore its vibrancy and its resilience. Go ahead and change the meridian point to the blade of the hand. As my mind, body, and spirit come together in coherence, I ask that I release all weakness, release all fears and worries, release all doubts, and know that whatever I decide at this moment changes my future. Go ahead and switch the meridian point to the other blade of the hand. I breathe into the space of the present time. I allow my heart space and my lung space to expand and allow the energy to flow freely through me, around me, to me. I allow my body to move forward with ease and to simply flow and accept things as they are for this moment as I change for tomorrow. I invite all my senses, my sense of sight, hearing, touch, feel, smell, and taste. I allow myself to immerse all my senses into this moment and to truly feel all that there is that is available to me. I release into this moment. I surrender into the isness of now, and to accept whatever is at this moment, to allow while I make changes for tomorrow. Go ahead and change the meridian point back to the chest. I've decided to plant a seed to grow a new tree. And that new tree becomes the new image of me as I allow the previous tree, what I am now and however I feel, to perish with neglect. I begin to design, nourish, and allow the new seed to germinate into the tree that I want to become. I say this is so, and so it will become. I will now begin intentional statements. How is it that I'm feeling so strong in the last year that I didn't even notice this before? How is it that I'm so flexible, feeling so vibrant for the last year, for the last 2 years that I didn't notice before? How is it that I have had no illness in the last 2 years that I didn't notice before? How is it that I'm feeling so strong, so quick to heal now, and it's been like this for the past several years, that I didn't notice before? How is it possible that there's no trace of anything that resembles who I was last year, 2 years, or even 3 years ago that I didn't notice before? How am I 110% today, and I've been this way for the last 2-3 years, that I didn't notice before? How have I become so strong, so resilient, that I didn't notice before? How is this even possible that I don't even remember a day where I felt poorly, that I didn't notice this before? How has there been so much magic in my life that I didn't notice before? How has there been so much love that surrounds me, so much support and encouragement in my life that I didn't notice before? How am I feeling so resilient, so vibrant, so strong, so focused in the last 2-3 years that I didn't notice before? I allow my body, my mind, and spirit to transform in this way. I choose to allow this seed of this new me, the new tree, to be planted, to be nourished. I provide the conditions. I give love, encouragement, water, and sunlight. I allow the seed to germinate, and I will watch patiently. And when I grow impatient, I will remember every seed takes time to germinate. And while I'm waiting, I say to myself, the seed is simply waiting to germinate. And I'm just waiting for it to sprout. And I will continue to nourish this over time, because I know this tree is going to happen. This tree is going to take root. And I am confident about this. How is it that I am so confident that I didn't notice before? Go ahead and change the meridian point back to the blade of the hand. I allow myself now to settle into this moment, to remember that I breathe. I remember that my heart beats. I remember that I'm alive. I remember how grateful I am to be alive. I remember how grateful I am for everything and nothing at all. Go ahead and change the meridian point to the corner of the eye. I'm grateful for everything in the past, everything that is to come, and everything in the present moment. I freely allow and accept whatever is in order to move myself forward. I allow the energy of courage to flow through me, the energy of healing to flow through me. I know that whatever I plant will come to fruition. How is it that I'm able to be completely healed in the last 2-3 years that I didn't notice before. How is that even possible? I ask myself. I simply allow all things to simply be as they are. Go ahead and change the meridian point back to the chest. I surrender to this moment. I release my need to know so that the knowledge comes. I know that wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, however I am right now, I am exactly where I need to be. I surrender into this moment and to simply be, to exist, and to just simply show up and just flow with everything. Allow the light to flow through me, to guide me, to heal me, to surround me and protect me. And as I breathe into the space of this present time, I allow myself to just be set free and to flow with everything. For I am filled with spirit, I'm filled with light, and all that flows through me is energy. Go ahead and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and track that breath all the way down to the belly. And visualize breathing in all that brightness into every cell. And release. And just sigh it out. Sigh out all the residual heaviness that's lingered on. Not much at this point. When you're ready, breathe in again. And release. Release all the residual. Release all the pressure that lingers. And go ahead and set the hands down. And just breathe very gently and very quietly for the next few minutes. And allow yourself to be aware of the ambient sounds. Whether you're inside or outside, pay attention in a gentle way. Sounds of the traffic, the neighborhood dogs or children, kids running around. If you're indoors, the sound of the AC, the sound of the fan, the sound of all the engines, the machines, the motors that are going on, the refrigerator. Be okay with that. Feel yourself immersed in all of it, that there's a oneness, a very comfortable oneness to just everything. Allow the mind to freely wander. If it's still wandering around, it's okay. Whatever thoughts and images you have in the mind, there are things that are getting ready to be released. Let them go. Release them. Tell your body, I release everything that no longer serves me. And I'm okay with that. Quiet and gently, remember all the things you're immediately grateful for. Perhaps the clothes on your back, perhaps your transportation, the roof over your head, your friends, your family, food on the table, whatever it is, something simple. Just allow yourself to remember how grateful it is to breathe, how grateful it is that our heart beats, how grateful it is that we're alive. All the little things sometimes that we don't remember, that we take for granted, bring them in right now. Bring them in close. Really feel them. Get emotional with them. Truly feel the gratitude. It is said that the energy that stems from gratitude and love are one of the strongest two forms of energy. They're so strong they move mountains. They're the ones that make things happen, that changes us. I'm going to offer you to take another slow, deep breath in through your nose and release. And go ahead when it calls to you. Open your eyes gently and just simply stare for a little while, and just stare softly. Allow the body time to unwind and to come into the present moment, into the present reality. Okay, and then just take a moment to stretch out your fingers, your toes, your arms, your legs. Stretch out your back. Stand up if you've been sitting. You've been lying down, you've fallen asleep. No worries, just when you wake up, just hit replay and we can do this all over again. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been helpful, meaningful for you. Please share with friends and anyone you know that might benefit from this. Maybe going through some bad times, whether it's bad times in health, maybe bad times with relationships or what have you. Allow yourself to just cut yourself a break and take it one day at a time. Remember, don't scold yourself if this is your first time and you're not feeling any different. Keep at it, and in time you're going to feel how this is very transformative. Because whenever we do one change, inevitably a final change is made. It's just the laws of physics. It's inevitable. If you don't change, nothing changes. But as long as you make one change, no matter how tiny, know that the change is big sometime down the future. So you just have to hold on to that. Anyway, please remember to click the bell for alerts whenever a new episode comes on. Also, write comments. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know what's helped with your life. Share with friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Please, when you have time, check out my Substack newsletter blog. And again, subscribe, share, comment on that as well. And really let me know if there's anything you want me to address. If there are any questions, I'm here for you. So anyway, thank you again for watching. I wish all of you, many, many reasons this week to feel blessed and grateful. And I'll see you next time. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Love and gratitude. Bye-bye.